Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing great and awesome. My sinuses are acting up today, so I got my window cracked open. Not to mention, my voice is a little raspy, so I apologize if I sound kind of like Franklin the Turtle over here. I'm wearing one of my favorite golf polos, but I can tell you today there's no golf in sight because it is massively, terribly cloudy, little damp, little rainy. Yeah. Perfect day to be in front of your work computer for some interesting stock market news. So let's go ahead and dive right into it because, oh man, this market is it's getting hit in the nuts. But I was laying in bed last night around 9:30 just watching Bitcoin. So we got to talk about that. We got to talk about basically this new data that just came out today. We just got more inflation data that was released today, economical data. Got to be talking about a bullish call by Jamie Dimon, JPM on the SPY for this year. Talking about SoFi as well, plus all my other core positions and pretty much what is going on. So let's go ahead and firstly talk about Bitcoin really quickly because, like I said, I was laying in bed last night watching this. I'm binge watching the TV show Prison Break. Fairly old show. Water cheers, by the way. It is 10:46 a.m. Really great show on Netflix. It's actually leaving at the end of the month, so I'm trying to binge watch it. I got 2 weeks left. I just started season 4. Very great show. Not a horror show. I'm a horror guru. But if you are looking to start something new or binge something, highly suggest Prison Break. Obviously, the title of the show goes with the name. It's all about breaking out of a prison per se. And many more other things as well. Is it relatable to anything in the stock market? No. It just is. It's something very humorous. But I was in bed last night, and I had my phone, also my laptop on my lap as well. I was actually playing a video game. And I was also very much multitasking. And I'm seeing Bitcoin just climb higher and higher and higher, but yet this market is just red. So Bitcoin is a risk-on asset indicator, and what that means is that you can look at Bitcoin and say, well, Bitcoin is recovering. Obviously, this data that we're getting is pushing the market down because we're not getting a rate cut at the end of the month. And if you are new here, welcome. I cover a wide range, a variety of stuff. We were at 70 sexy and awesome subscribers, but whenever I mention a number, there's always at least one a-hole that definitely so we're at the glorious 69 number right now, but if you are an active viewer, definitely smash the subscribe button to show some support, totally free. Just turn on the notification bell if you want to receive notifications or check back here on a daily basis for new videos. Monday through Saturday, I tend to put out stuff. Saturday is more so a off-market kind of really episode in a way. But otherwise, if you look at Bitcoin and Bitcoin is trading at near all-time high or just rock and rolling, you can say that the market has an appetite for risk, which means investors are definitely buying more stock. People have a lot of debt on margin. I myself am not a margin trader, investor. Never used margin. Believe it's bad JoJo. Honestly, I'd rather do short-term options than to really trade on margin if I really had to pick one. But when you have Bitcoin now recovering, and a lot of this had to do with the Japan carry trade. Pretty much Japan is in a rate hike, interest rate environment. And time is really flying. Almost a year and a half ago, August of 2024, Japan announced that they were going to be starting to raise interest rates. It caused a massive crash in the market because a lot of Wall Streeters, they take out loans from the lowest interest rate like offering out there. In order to make the market go up and up and up and up, you have to have money constantly being funneled on in. So you have to have people, very large people, taking out debt to send it in the market, make money, repay that debt, and then take out new debt and do it all over again. The entire market, when you actually learn what it really is just one big Ponzi scheme. But you can make life-changing money as a small fish, a medium fish, a semi-big fish. It doesn't matter. As I myself am a retail trader over here, and you can capitalize a lot on this. But Japan basically came out, they raised their interest rates, so it caused Bitcoin to really go on this hurdle. Not to mention it was definitely a liquidity issue as well. So Bitcoin is very much recovering on a technical analysis basis, and it looks like we're challenging the 100-day moving average, which is this white line above here. You got the 50, you got the 100, the 10. I can even go ahead and throw in, I don't have a 10-day moving average, but I have a 9 exponential moving average, a little different. But we are above the 9, which is very much bullish, and we're above the 50. And it does appear that we are above the 10-day as well, too. So it's ultimately we're on a bullish trend upward. Now, whether this is just a recovery or if this is a Bitcoin rally is going to really show. But Bitcoin is trending higher when the overall market is trending down. Why is the overall market trending down? Because it's throwing a damn hissy fit. There's going to be no rate cuts probably until Powell debarks, or maybe something happens up until May. The economical data that we just got, I'll go ahead and pull it up today. Where are you, economical data? I am a raw YouTuber, by the way. Don't expect very high editing around here. I keep it real. I'm not a fake person. I'm very much a real person. And that's how I believe it really should be. Not to mention I've been making YouTube videos for a while when YouTube was not all about clickbait and stuff like that. So economical data, core PPI came in. I mean, obviously higher. It's really just mixed, okay? Mixed data. And yesterday, of course, you got the CPI data as well. The CPI year over year coming in. Ultimately, it's not bad data for the economy. The economy is very strong, despite what the haters are saying. I mean, honestly, the people that are really saying the economy sucks, they tend to be on the opposite side of the politics. I mean, you had people in 2022 that said the economy was amazing, and they tended to be. It's all friggin' politics. It really is. You go ahead and do a presidential swap of parties in 2028 from 2029 up until 2032. You're going to see it's a game. Okay, I'm very much like in the middle when it comes to stuff, but I mean, the overall economy going off this data, if you believe the data, because there's people that believe that this data is fabricated, how do I feel about this? To be honest, is the data 100% accurate? No, nothing is. So is the data theoretically fabricated? Well, I mean, is it fabricated on purpose, or is it fabricated just because it's not 100% accurate? I believe it's not 100% accurate. I don't believe necessarily like you have the Trump administration purposely fabricating data. I mean, I could be wrong here, but that's really what I personally believe. And we're probably going to see a pivotal shift here relatively soon. A pivotal shift is where this market is going to stop throwing a damn hissy fit here, and we're just going to rally. We're going to rally hard, okay? The next thing that I really want to go into before changing it over to pretty much my positions, talking about SoFi a little bit, because all this stuff really does impact the banking sector. I just want to go ahead and pull something up here. So it looks like actually the chance of a rate cut went from 2 point something percent to 5% chance for the end of the month. we're not getting a rate cut at the end of the month. Okay. It's pretty funny. That's going to fluctuate, from time to time. Um, it is what it is. The last thing I really want to cover before getting into some stocks here is what Jamie Dimon pretty much put out. So JP Morgan, why does JP Morgan matter? So I'm not a shareholder of JP Morgan, but they impact the banking, and they basically just, I mean, you're talking almost $1 trillion bank, the largest bank in the world. Hold on one second, I gotta fact check myself. Hold on. Is JPN the largest bank in the U.S.? I swear, if you don't know anything in life, just type it into Google. Yes, JPN is the largest bank in America by assets, blah, blah, blah. Is JPN the largest bank in the world? Don't quote me on this. Oh, wow, it is. Okay, so JPN is the largest bank in America and also the world. I guess I should probably be covering JPN a lot more then. Okay, so yes, we honestly really gotta cover this a lot more here on this channel. So basically initial 7,000 price target on the SPY, revised for I guess a base case of 7,500 and a bull case of 8,000. Everything in the world operates in threes. It's just the best terminology. So we got our bear, we got our base, and we got our bull case of the SPY here. And I pretty much just mapped out some stuff here. Current prices of where we are at right now. So if the SPY closes at 7,000 for the end of 2026, from right now, that is a 1.87% gain. That is terrible. That means that 2026 is going to be like, it's going to be a, something very bad is going to happen. Something bad's going to happen geopolitically, really bad. Something bad is going to happen in the economy, and we're going to have like maybe a 2022 repeat. I'm personally going to be funneling money. I'm going to be deprived of eat. Let me put it this way. I'm going to be eating very, very cheap, and I'm also going to be cutting maybe some expenses, working my ass off, increasing revenue, and I'm going to be funneling money into this market like you cannot imagine. Because if the S&P 500 is only going to go up by 1.87%, and by the way, that is a law enforcement term. 187 means homicide over radio talk. I'm not law enforcement. I'm a military background. Did over a little bit over 15 years in the United States Marine Corps. American patriot. Love my country. But I do know from my law enforcement friends that 187 it's not a good number. So kind of a little spooky. And yes, I am a very superstitious human being. But then again, you kind of really have to be, because there are a lot of evil forces, especially at play when it comes to the stock market. So let's go to our base case. Obviously, our base case, let's hope this plays out here. Base case is that SPY is going to be at 75. That is almost a 10% move. So the last 3 years, we have had double-digit gains in the S&P. That is pretty much amazing, okay? Amazing. But there's a lot of argument because 2023, you could really argue, 23, 24, 25. 23, we had double-digit gains because we were coming out of a 22 very low. So you could argue that 23 was a recovery year. That's the reason why we had double-digit gains. It doesn't really count. Although it kind of really does. It does, but at the same time, it may not. Can we have another double-digit gainer? Sure. We did all throughout the 90s, the roaring 90s. Um, what do I or actually, let me go ahead and finish the analysis here and then basically give my like opinion on stuff of what I really feel may very well play out here. Not a FA, understand, but I mean I've been around the block a little longer than a lot of people looking to get into the market. And I did survive 2022. I want to say, whoa, man. 2023, I had a very rough year. 2022, I actually made out very good. Pretty humorous because a lot of people got destroyed during 22. I got destroyed during 23. Um, okay, so bull case, you're talking massive year, massive growth on the SPY. Can this happen? What could happen on a bull case? Well, on a bull case, maybe we don't get as many interest rate cuts as we need, but maybe the market realizes that they're being a little bitch and you don't need an interest rate to go higher. Like, we are now acting as a bunch of disobedient little children and expecting a rate cut every single, like, every other month. And it's like, a lot of these, like Palantir ran up during a high interest rate environment. SoFi, same thing. Hood, Meta, like you don't need to be in a low interest rate environment for the market to go up. That's bullshit. Okay, it adds liquidity, on top of it, but at the same time, if all the money that the Trump administration has been saying that they're going to have funneling into America, that all the deals that was made during 2025, and with all the tariffs, and not to mention with all potentially just business coming back to the mainland, the motherland of America, is actually going to happen, things take time to play out. And if 2026 is going to really show, but if we go into a drawdown in 26, then the Trump administration was full of shit. I really do hate saying it, and it's all politics. Okay, if we rally hard, then hey, it really is just I want to use this very lightly, the golden age. But I mean, if we go to a bull case, oh boy. You're talking about my public account challenge here, the Bung profile. Please watch my previous couple videos if you are a little bit if you're new here. Basically doing a public account challenge, looking to take this over the course of 18 months to 6 figs. No gambling, nothing ridiculous, just literally buying the fear, buying the dip, long-term investments, mid to long, and then we also got some short-term positions here and also some swings as well. But you're talking about a lot of these positions on a bull case of 8,000 on the S&P. You're talking SoFi is going to be doing a double up. AMD could very well see a 50% to maybe 100% gainer. Meta is going to recover to maybe $800 to $1,000 price target by the end of this year. Palantir could do a friggin' double up. Hood, especially if Bitcoin rally hard, I mean, they could do a double up again. What else do we have? Adobe, I gotta make a whole separate video on Adobe because they are putting up an amazing numbers here, and the stock just keeps going down. They're undervalued. They could double up. PayPal, PayPal is probably just going to be maybe a quick little trade here. Same thing with Honest Company as well. But I mean, you're talking about going from 10,000 to 20 grand on SoFi here. AMD adding 9,000. So right then and there, that's close to 20 grand. Meta as well, maybe giving me maybe 3 grand. Now we're at 23 grand. Palantir potentially giving me maybe 2 to 3 grand. Now we're at like 25, 26 grand. hood, maybe even doubling up. So now I'm at like 30%, like $30,000 gains. So now we're looking potentially to bring this account by the end of 26 to maybe 70 to maybe 75K. Okay, that's a lot. Especially just on a average account like this. People underestimate the amount of money that you can make. It doesn't matter what dollar amount you have. Doesn't matter if you have a couple hundred, you can go to 1,000, couple thousand. You can go from a couple thousand to multiple thousands, maybe even 5 figures. You can go from a couple tens of grands to over 50, and something like this to 6 figs, and so forth and so forth. People underestimate, but the market can produce you an insane amount of returns. Very much insane. You gotta understand what's going on, and you gotta be ready for any possible situation. I'm ready for any possible situation. Send this market down, I'm gonna be depositing more money into this account but if I deposit more money into this account, the account challenge goes down to 16 months, not 18 months. And I'll be buying the friggin' dip. So if 2026 is going to be a rough year for the market, this account is going to increase in value by cash coming from me. 2027, this account's going to, oh boy, man, it's going to be, whoo, it's going to be great. Now, what is my personal opinion? My personal opinion is probably we are more so probably going to lean somewhere in between. I really feel this range. I really feel that we can probably get maybe a little bit of the base and maybe a little bit of the bull. I don't really see, I mean, if we do go to 8,000, that really changes everything. But then what's going to end up happening is the next year, we're going to be expecting that even more. That can bring some issues. I really feel that if the market pretty much finishes anywhere between maybe being 8 to 10%, actually even further down, maybe 7 to 10%, is what I really feel this market this year could very much do. And if everything goes the way that I really feel, I mean, yeah, you could produce 7 to maybe 10%. So maybe double digit gains on the high. On the low, just have a very normal 7% return. Either way, the market's going to produce positive gains this year, I really feel. Is it going to be double digits? I think that's going to be relatively harder, but I don't think it's undoable. Now, how does this relate to great growth companies? Well, it may not even matter. Like that. That's the entire thing about it. Hypothetically, let's say if the market only goes up by 1.87%, but you are in stocks that are just growing insanely regardless of what the market's doing, you're going to be great. And that's where a lot of people, they position themselves very much to like very market growing positions, value plays, or they just go to growth companies like me. I'm a growth very much investor and trader over here. And the way that I'm positioned, I mean, hey, you know, if we're producing 7, 8, 9% gains, SoFi, they're not, I mean, if SoFi only goes up 7, 8, 9% on the year, something happened. Anthony Noto and the management team has said 2026 and 27 is going to be your big year. And they were saying that last year. Okay, they were saying that last year before all this nonsense with the rate cuts happening. So, I really don't care. Either way, I'm more so betting on my individual companies I'm betting on the management team, my individual companies that are executing. The market itself is going to do, there's so many different factors. But I mean, yes, ultimately, if the market itself is going to be producing these crazy double-digit gains, that's going to add a lot of liquidity, and that's also going to add a lot of FOMO in on all of these positions and these holdings. But we just really got to be patient and see what happens. Like I said, for me personally, I'm very well positioned here. I've spoken about my game plan multiple times. Right now, on a closing note, I know that I'm over 25 minutes. I apologize. I respect your guys' time out there. But just real quick, I've ended up mapping out some ranges. SoFi pretty much is trading right now in a range, and it's been trading in a range since all the way back in August. We basically have a lot of support down at $24. I mean, hey, if we break $24 for whatever reason, me personally, I'm going to be adding some shares. Traders out there are definitely trading these ranges. I'm not looking to trade. SoFi is a very long-term position for me. So, but I mean, as for trading ranges, you can definitely make money trading this big range that we have here. AMD, AMD's range is a little bit tighter, but I mean, if AMD does break, definitely this 194-ish really is some good support. I myself am going to be adding, very much adding shares because the second half of this year is very much looking phenomenal for AMD. Maybe even potentially the first half too. Palantir has a tight range. Everyone is just really stuck up about the evaluation to the PE ratio is, I believe it's close to like 500. The forward PE is insane in the membrane. But then again, their growth rates are also insane in the membrane. You got to take that in consideration. Hood, I'm so sorry. If you want Hood to go up, I mean, hey, if you're doing options, understand this is probably going to be very different. But if Hood breaks down here, I'll be an active buyer in this stock, because their growth rates are insane. The management team is also very, very much executing as well too. So we really got to really see how Bitcoin is definitely going to be impacting their business model. And the guy's an innovator too. Same thing with Meta. Meta is actually probably going to pull back maybe to where my average is, right around the 600. I honestly may even add a share here because with the midterms, the amount of money coming into this company is just unbelievable. Adobe, like, this is laughable, utterly laughable. We have some, like, I want to say some old support from 2022. If we go all the way down to here, like, they are triple beating and growing like crazy, and their stock price is going down. The stock price will eventually catch up. PayPal and Honest is going to probably be a trade for me, and I am looking at and I am watching and looking at another stock that's not on my watch list that I do want to eventually cover here. But that's pretty much about it for today. Hopefully you all found value in today's episode. Like I said, if you did, definitely smash the like button, subscribe for more. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new video. We'll definitely talk more about stuff here, but I mean, yeah, if the if Bitcoin, we are trending even higher on Bitcoin right now. I'm watching 97K. Bitcoin gets above this 100-day moving average today. It really can signal that, hey, there's a rally coming up. All right, be safe, everyone. Later, and bye.